Right idea, wrong. Make me want to put somebody in a full Nielsen.
Go crazy, Dafa.
Is this thing on? Okay, should I take my bonnet off or should I? Oh, we're gonna keep it on. We're gonna keep it on. Hey Shay Bays, it's your girl Shay and I'm back. And I'm staying this time. And we're gonna have us a story time session and we're just gonna chop it up. So I'm Shay, I'm a licensed esthetician. We giving it to you raw and uncut. This is my husband, y'all.
I don't know her.
I started my journey basically because I was like, caught myself wanting to be a makeup artist. I'm gonna see if I can find some clips to insert them in this video. Like, I was pretty decent, but then that ultimately like led me into like skincare and just want to take better care of my skin. So that was when I was in regular college. I went to Alabama State. And then like I dropped out and like my family gave me like a year to like just find my way or whatever. So my mom was like, all right, now your year is up. And she told me about the aesthetics program that they had at the community college down here. But the blessing was my mama works at a community college, and basically it's something like when your parent works at a community college, like you get it for like a very discounted rate, damn near free. So basically that's how my journey got started. Honestly, I went solo primarily because I felt that I had to like be different, if you know what I mean. Like I felt like I had to code switch in like spa and aesthetic settings. And of course, you know, it is a time and place for everything, but I feel like I was gonna have to change who I was. Like I was like unfriending people on Facebook, get up people like, ooh, like I don't know who the hell I thought I was. I always tell this story. Me and the classmate of mine, we were in the same exact aesthetic class. Granted, I was the only black girl in there. Aesthetics is not hard, but it's not easy. You feel me? Like me and a classmate, we both went over the same job. She was making like 70s, 80s on her test. And what's going on? I'm passing my test with A's. Great average. They give her the job. You know why? We all know why. But it happened a couple of times, so I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I am going to go on my own way. And that's exactly what I did. I started off with booth rent. Horrible. I actually gave y'all a story time about that. I went from booth rent, then I had to trap out the back of my cousin's bedroom for a couple months. Then I co-own a salon with my homegirl. She does hair for 3 years up until this past February 2023. Now booth renting again from February to November, and then right now I'm in a suite with my homegirl. I mean, I guess you would say it's booth rent, but you know, she said this is both of our suite, so I don't know. So somebody who wants to go immediately solo, I would say try to look for an office suite, or it'll be best to co-own a suite with somebody until you get your clientele where you want it to be. Now, I don't think it's anything wrong with booth renting, but I've had horrible experiences. So my very first booth renting experience was when I first like decided to do solo. So it's this girl, this beauty bar down here. It's gonna be a boutique in the front. She was from Atlanta. Like, she was really having, like, to me, that's what it looked like. So I'm like, okay, this will be a good fit. Now, my husband, he is a Capricorn. You know, they think they know everything anyway. But I can't say, when my man say something about somebody, he do be spot on. I just don't be listening. So, you know, just the way they was going about business, just a little bit. Like, my husband, he was like, do you think you should be doing this? And, you know, me, I'm so eager and ready to get in the game. I'm like, I think it'll just, you know, growing pains, like, it'll get better. Like, it's $400 a month. But the whole building itself was $700, and it was 3 of us. So she was really getting off. Now, I told her, like, I needed a private room or a curtain. Did they have me a private room or a curtain? No. But, like, plug sockets coming out the wall, lights flickering. Her man and his homies outside playing cards out the front, smoking blacks out the front. Like, it was just very unprofessional. She was becoming late every day. And then if she wasn't late, she was sending somebody else to come open up the shop. And they was late. So, I guess, like, I'm like, if you got people boofing out your shop and you're not trying to get them no key, you're going to have to work on their schedule. So I tried to be understanding because she was pregnant in her early stages of pregnancy, and I had just got over there. So I'm like, you know, she's sick or whatever, but it just kept happening because I'm having to discount my clients and it's looking bad on me. When we get into it, she like say, oh, you really starting to get on my nerves. I'm really starting to get on your nerves. We were just going back and forth, and I was like, you know what, I'll be out at the end of the week because I had to pay my rent. She was like, no, you could be out today. So I'm like, damn. So I had to send on business, so I got my shit the fuck up out of there. But I was at like the growing pain stage of my business, and my books was already filled. So it's like, my books already filled, what I'm gonna do? And I got clients the next day. So my cousin was like, you can use this bed spare room in my house. That's why, like, to this day, I always try to look out for my cousin, like, the whole night. When I get rich, I got her. The room was small, but it did this work, it did this work. And so I ain't gonna lie, I was lying to my clients for like a month and a half. Like, yeah, I'm moving into a building in July. But like, I literally didn't have no set plans. I didn't have no building. I didn't know I was getting the money from. But I was just telling them, just bear with me. I'm renovating my shop, so I'm having to work out of here. Now, some people still with me, some people didn't come back, some people waited to come back until after I got me a shop. So then from then on, that's when I went to the shop that I had for 3 years. Me and Kieran, we never had any issues. That's my girl to this day. Love her down. And when we was like, you know, we gonna end up separating, I'm like, okay, cool. I just want to find me somewhere to go temporary, like just until after I'm done being pregnant. Because at this time, I think I was like 5 months pregnant. I had made a post. I was like, you know, I'm not a temporary situation to move because I mean I'm pregnant. I'm not trying to move into no whole new building, renovate, do all of that. So this lady, I had known of her. I had supported her business before, like she had somebody else working for her, and she was like, hey, I got a space for you. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Like I can dig it. She seemed cool too. Like she was a cool little distance. I have the gift of discernment, so I can always tell when somebody is on something. So at first, when we having conversations about, you know, bettering your business or whatever, at first it's conversations of, you know, we're going back and forth. But once we keep having conversations and only person that's adding value is me adding value to you, you're not giving nothing to me, it's giving kind of like you want to use me by. And then off bat, she was like, yeah, we can make TikToks for the business, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't work for you. I pay you booth rent. $500 down deposit. Get it in your brain. I had to pay $500 on top of that for my rent. $500 every month. My rent was never late. It was to the point like sometimes if I pay my rent on the 5th, she'll be like, is everything all right? Because I didn't pay it on the 1st. But I had to go on maternity leave early. Rent was never late. I was like, I don't really think I was a bad tenant. She wanted us to be friends, but I'm also, let's just keep it business because it was no smoke, it was no beef the whole time. Like, I just kept PP, like, real professional, straight to the point. See, like, when I was pregnant, I really didn't give a fuck. So I signed the lease, or whatever, but I never ended up getting a copy. So when I came back from maternity leave in August, I was like, hey, can I get a copy of my lease? I had an idea in mind that I wanted to leave anyway, just because like, that's why I just asked for my lease. I didn't say nothing else. I asked for my lease. I read it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It said I can leave at will. Okay, cool. September roll around. I say, hey, my lease said I can leave at will, so I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm probably not going to fulfill my lease until February. I'm probably going to leave around, you know, October, November. It wasn't anything personal. The space I'm in now is better and it's cheaper than what I was paying there. She didn't really have no clients like that, so it wasn't like she was giving me clients. Like, she was asking me how I got so many people rolling in and out, especially pregnant. She was cool with it. She was fine. Like, she was even asking me over and over, like, yeah, when you gonna leave? I'm gonna do something to this room, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. Still, right when I paid my rent in October, I said, hey, I'm leaving November. The last week of November come, she started being MIA. She didn't text me back. She didn't hit me back. So I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get the protocol of what's going on because at this point, I'm moving out of this suite, moving into another one, and I was moving into my skincare warehouse. I had a lot of shit going on. You feel me? I'm not that busy. Not for you to not text me back for 2 days, especially when I'm moving out of your building. Like, so I took pictures of the room, and I was like, I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to meet with you today. I took pictures before and after. Even when I was texting her before, I was like saying like, you know, just send me an invoice of any damages so you can take it out of my deposit. And I was just telling her, you know, legally you have until 30 days after I moved out to give me my deposit. So she still wasn't hitting me back. So I had made a Facebook post and I was like, that's crazy how she acting. Like, cause me, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say whatever. So I'm like, that's crazy how she acting. So it took me to make a Facebook post for her to even reach out. She was like, yeah, somebody send me this. She was like, yeah, why would you think I'm not trying to get your deposit back? Because you didn't text me back. It's giving run off on the plug. If I don't want to talk to you, you can talk to my manager. All you're doing is sending us an invoice of damages and sending me my money for my deposit. So my manager called her, text her, she ain't replying. By then I figured she wasn't going to try to give me my money, so I'm like, okay. So I started making Facebook posts every single day. Now, should I have did that? Probably not. But I'm talking about every day I was on her motherfucking head, joking her ass. Now, I did this with the mind of locally messing up her name in her face card because it was like, why would you even play with me? Like, I never did you wrong. I always paid you my rent on time. I was never disrespectful. What is the issue? Why are you being a weirdo? Like, after me doing it one time, I'm like, okay, so the only way she gonna reach out to me is if I post on Facebook. So that's why I did it. she still ain't saying that she was ignoring me. So then she see my mama start getting involved. She was trying to figure out who my mama was. Basically stuff hit the fan. She got in contact with my godmama somehow, some way. Still not replying to me, not saying nothing. She tell my godmom I broke my lease. No, I didn't. It said at will. If they at least told me I couldn't leave until I was supposed to leave on a certain day, I wouldn't have left. I don't do bad business. Then she said I was being disrespectful. All I told her was she had a lot of credentials, and if I had the amount of credentials that she had, I would be further than she is. That's just some real shit. She didn't like that. She said it was disrespectful. And then she said she wasn't texting my manager back because she felt like she didn't do business with her, so it was in no need for them to talk. Girl, are you mad because I got a manager for you to talk to? Like, what is it? So then it was just getting long and drawn out. Now, I did post about her on TikTok, but I just did that for shits and giggles at that point. I really wasn't trying to be on some ruin her life type time because, you know, TikTok take it a little too far. Okay, cool. So finally, some type of conversation come up about because she get a lawyer. Why she got a lawyer, I don't know. I know she was trying to scare me. But even when I was talking about her, I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna say nothing that is blasphemous or slanderous or that's not true. So everything I was saying was true, so I don't know why she got a lawyer. She ended up getting a lawyer. The lawyer was like, yeah, she do gotta get your money back, blah, blah, blah. So she ended up sending me a refund, but she sent a refund to a card that I didn't have. She didn't ask beforehand. And I'm like, why would you send that amount of money that much without reaching out? Just trying to be, yeah, you know what you're trying to do. I finally ended up getting the money after like a runaround because I had to show my bank statements, like to prove like I didn't get this money. So then, so when I got the money, she was like, she wanted me to apologize. I mean, I can't lie, I was on their head. She know now, she know who the fuck we is now. You feel me? But we want you to apologize to her publicly. I'm not doing it. I said, yeah, y'all can do what y'all need to do. I'm not doing it. Then they was like, we want you to say that you got the money within the 30-day guideline. No, I didn't. Like, what's going on? Like, and that's the thing. Like, you can't do bad business. Like, one thing I'm scared of is have my name attached to bad business. I don't know if she didn't think I wasn't going to say nothing. I don't know if she was trying to little girl me because she is like my mama age. I don't know what she was trying to do. But right idea, wrong bitch. We handled that. I ended up getting my money. This is what I seen. The building that we was in is no longer, she ain't in it. So do what you will with that information. I just really put a on my boofing experience. So the sweet I'm in right now is my homegirl. She been my homegirl since aesthetic school. We locked in, like we real cool, like peaches. It's cool. I make the space my own. Me and her get along. It's just a nicer vibe. So yeah. And, you know, I always be like thinking like, why do situations have to go that far? Like, you know, I didn't tell y'all these to put a damper on your boofing experience because every boofing experience is different. But honey, the ones I done had, them being full of shit. Made me want to put somebody in a full Nielsen. That's the end of my story time today. Put in the comments something that you want me to talk about, something that you want to see. Because I'm really going to try to keep up with. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, Shay Bays. See you next time.
Go crazy, Dafa.